It all started way back in August 2002. Veteran politician Lamin of blessed memory was kicked out of UDP for, quote, repeated calls for the resignation of the party leader, Mr. Darbo. The Nyamina native would later establish his own.
So from 1996 up to date, from only 1996 when the party was formed and the people, pulled their heads together and say, who are we going to select? That's when Lawyer Darbo was selected. There was no contest in it. But after that, whenever the flag bearership comes up, UDP will always invite people to put their name forward if they wanted to be flag bearer. That includes people who are not even members of the political party. Especially in 2011, when Darbo knew that Yahya Jammeh has, established a process which was targeted specifically to stop him from running for presidency, they started looking for people outside. That's where Dr. Ezra Toure comes in. Now, Adam Baroma Kavaha, Amalaventel no Dr. Ezra Toure leader. That's the reason. UDP is always seeking people. Even in 2016, didn't we have people like Bou Bajinol who were APRC applying to be the flag bearer of the UDP? People were approached outside of the UDP. Look, come to the party. You don't need to be, a member or a leader in the party, or we just want you to be flag bearer. People turned it down. So these things have been happening since 1996, but I guess people who just came to the UDP would not know that, or they have no respect for that institutional process.
Now, Natta, a card-carrying member of the UDP, over the weekend had his own show where he recounted how the episode unfolding at this party is tantamount to an attack on the party's leadership and tribal undertones.
This is where my beef is. That is where this whole issue is coming out of. Lawyer Darbo gave all for this party. He is the unifying figure in this party. And this is nothing short of challenging his leadership. It doesn't matter how you cap it. It doesn't matter how you tag it or how you label it. This is a challenge directly, a disrespect to him and his leadership and his authority. If you have no respect for institutions, we get it. Leave UDP. Melville did it, or UDP endorsed Batamid. I cannot support this party anymore. I'm going. If you feel the same way, leave. Don't be involved. If you don't want to be a part of it because you don't respect the institutional order that is established, leave the party. UDP has been through a lot. A lot has been thrown at this party. From 1996 to date, the only reason it survived is because of the leadership of Lawyer Darbo, assisted by those people around him.
Some few months back, I had the opportunity to interview another card-carrying member of the UDP, Lamin Sabally, based in Minnesota. It was about the rumor about the current KM mayor, Talib Bensouda, being identified as a potential successor or crown prince.
Beauty of democracy. In fact, this is why if you look at the human capital within the UDP, it has the best talents. I can argue that from very objective, point of view. It has the best talent. This is the party of the Dr. Man, it's the party of Larry Cises, the party of Mayor Talib Ahmed Suda, the party of lawyer Yankuba Darbo. You name them. So since its inception, one can actually gauge the success of this party, by its ability to mold, potential presidents. Anywhere you look, all these people are highly qualified to be actually selected as flag bearers and then run against whoever is going to be the candidate for the ruling party in 2026. But what Gambians fail to understand is Lawyer Darbo has never been the president of the Gambia. He has never been the president of the Gambia, and the UDP has a very robust democratic, selection process. Like, all the elections in the past, anytime they have election coming, whether it's a local government election, whether it is National Assembly elections, or even presidential, they open the window. Newspapers would publish that the UDP is selecting a flag bearer. At that stage, it becomes open for everybody to actually apply, and they have a selection committee that is in space. Usually what they do during Congress, we have a very, very transparent system of selecting candidates. This has been the democratic norms within the UDP, and nothing's going to change that. The last time the party had a Congress, Lawyer Darbo actually was maintained as the party leader, secretary general, and also flag bearer. People have to understand that, there is a complete difference between the leader of the UDP and the flag bearer. Right now, we don't have a flag bearer. 2021 was the presidential election, and the flag bearer at that time was Lawyer Darbo, but he remains as the party leader and secretary general because he was selected at the Congress by members of by the delegates. So 2026 is going to be the presidential election, and if the time comes for the party to select a flag bearer, nomination announcement would be actually distributed to newspapers, and there'll be a window where people can actually apply. And when the Congress met, it is when, people go through the democratic process. At this stage, when we get there, it's even so premature to think about an election that is coming in 2026.
Because they would have succeeded. When people got frustrated like Waju Aranyol, they left the party. That's what you do. If you cannot get along with the people, if you do not respect the institutional norms of the party, leave and go your way. Nobody is saying you have no right to advocate for who you want to be the leader of the party. But everything, when you do things that are not right and then people go against that, they say, oh, you are camp so-and-so, camp so-and-so. I'm not in any camp. I know UDP has standards. They have established them in from 1996 to date, election year, they select the flag bearer of the party. Yes, one can argue by default, the leader of any party from PPP days to now, NCP, the leader of the party is usually the person they present as the flag bearer. UDP showed that that's not exactly 100% correct. Because 2011, they sought somebody different. It didn't work out. 2016, we all know the party leader was not the person who became the elected or nominated member or nominated flag bearer for the party. So there can be exceptions to the rule. When this whole brouhaha started, Yunus Lakumas, the point was made. Lawyer Darbo, being the calm person he is, being the leader that he is, he came out and addressed it calmly with respect to all sides. What was his response? Oh, the UDP, I am proud. Because you can look at UDP and point to Rahi and say he's the leader. You point to Talib, say he's capable of leading the country. You point to Young, says he's capable. Lamin Sane, Hamadou Sane. All these people within the UDP, that's a legacy and I'm proud of it. But I want to encourage people that it doesn't matter who you support, the UDP does not select a flag bearer until the election year. So let us follow that process. When the time comes, whoever feels like you want to be the presidential candidate, you can throw your name in the ring. Let the people decide. Let the process take its course.
While Rohim Malik Low could have chosen to be mute about the goings-on at her party, when she spoke, it was clearly about the various factions within UDP and how she has been sidelined or belittled by some members. Now all eyes are on UDP. How will the party resolve this crisis?